Imagine standing in a windstorm, right? And you're trying to fill a swimming pool with a garden hose.
Oh, man, that sounds like a total nightmare.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The water is just whipping into the neighbor's yard. It's splashing against the fence, pooling in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, a few lucky drops might actually make it into the pool, but the vast majority of that water is completely wasted.
Yeah, it's just flying everywhere except where you want it.
Exactly. And that striking, slightly absurd visual perfectly captures what most small and medium businesses are doing with their marketing budgets right now.
Oh, for sure. Whenever they try to reach, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you try to reach everyone, you are essentially spraying money into a hurricane and praying for a full pool. It just doesn't work. So, welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today is to explore this really fascinating target marketing strategy guide from The Specialist.
It's a great piece.
It really is. We're unpacking why this default spray and pray approach is actively harming growth for businesses. And more importantly, how shifting to a hyper-focused sort of sniper targeting strategy is really the only way to cut through the noise.
Yeah, and it's a fundamental shift, really, moving from viewing marketing as this massive broadcast medium to viewing it as a mechanism for efficient inclusion.
Efficient inclusion, I like that.
Right, because the goal isn't just about spending less money, though that's nice. It's about understanding the actual mechanics of attention in a profoundly noisy digital world.
Okay, let's unpack this. What is the underlying mechanism that makes the broadcast approach, just getting your name out to as many people as humanly possible, fail so spectacularly for a small business?
Well, it comes down to a concept called cognitive load. I mean, think about it. Our brains are bombarded with literally thousands of marketing messages every single day.
It's exhausting just thinking about it.
It is. So, to prevent sensory overload, the human brain has developed this incredibly aggressive filtering system.
Like a mental ad blocker.
Exactly like an ad blocker. If a message isn't hyper-relevant to an immediate problem or a desire, the brain categorizes it as white noise. It just discards it instantly. We don't even consciously register seeing it.
Wow. So we're just blind to it.
Totally blind. So when a business uses that spray and pray method, they're usually triggering 3 massive pitfalls that just drain their resources without ever bypassing that cognitive filter.
Right. And the first of those pitfalls is immediate visceral financial pain, which is budget drain.
Oh, yeah. The worst kind of pain for a small business.
For sure. You are basically paying platforms like Google or Meta to show your ad to people who have absolutely zero interest in what you offer, simply because you set your audience parameters way too wide.
Because let's be real, the algorithms on these ad platforms, they don't care if your ad is relevant. Their primary function is just to serve impressions.
Right. They just want to get paid for showing it.
Exactly. They will happily charge you for showing your luxury safari package to, say, a university student living on instant noodles.
Or displaying your heavy industrial machinery to a retiree who's just scrolling through photos of their grandkids on Facebook.
Yes. You are purchasing visibility that have a mathematical 0% chance of converting into revenue. It's wild.
Which leads right into the second pitfall, which is message dilution.
This one is huge.
It really is. Because if I'm a business owner trying to appeal to that university student and the retiree and a corporate executive and a stay-at-home parent, all with the exact same advertisement, my messaging naturally becomes incredibly vague.
It has to, just to cover all those bases.
Right. So I end up writing something utterly forgettable, like, we provide great solutions for everyone.
And as they say, solutions for everyone basically translates to solutions for no one in the mind of the consumer.
It reminds me of a restaurant that claims to cook every cuisine in the world perfectly.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. The menu is like a novel.
Exactly. You look at this menu and it's offering authentic Japanese sushi, wood-fired Italian pizza, Mexican street tacos, and delicate French pastries.
And your immediate psychological instinct is just distrust.
Totally. Nobody believes a kitchen can master all of those things, so nobody eats there. You trust the specialized sushi spot that only does sushi because their narrow focus implies expertise.
What's fascinating here is that this vague messaging creates the third pitfall, which is missed connections.
Ah, right.
Because your message lacks the specific language that solves a particular person's problem, your compelling story just gets completely lost.
So even the right people ignore it.
Exactly. The very people who are actively searching for the exact solution you provide, I mean, the ones holding their credit cards, ready to buy right then and there, they end up scrolling right past your ad.
Because it just didn't speak to them.
Right. There is no cognitive friction to make them stop because your ad didn't speak to their specific reality. It was too bland.
So if broadcasting broad messages guarantees that we get filtered out as white noise, the natural counter move is to create that cognitive friction.
Yes, exactly.
We need to figure out exactly who we are talking to so we can speak their specific language. Instead of a vague target audience, the strategy shifts to forging what they call a customer avatar.
And this is the critical pivot for any business. You move from targeting a broad demographic like women in South Africa to a semi-fictional, crystal clear representation of one single ideal human being.
Just one person.
Just one. The entire power of this strategy lives in its specificity.
Right, so instead of targeting small business owners, which is huge, we are targeting Lorado.
Let's talk about Lorado.
Yeah, she's a 38-year-old caterer based in Durban. She owns a business called Taste of Durban, and she operates out of a commercial kitchen that she rents part-time.
But building this avatar goes way beyond just basic geography and job titles, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have to map her psychology through what the guide calls an avatar interview.
Yeah, you have to map out her daily realities. What are Lorado's deeper aspirations?
Well, according to the profile, she wants to systematize her quoting and invoicing.
Right, to free up time.
Exactly, to free up 10 hours a week so she can focus on recipe development and actually see her family on weekends instead of doing paperwork.
And more importantly, what are the pain points keeping her awake at night?
Yeah, the anxieties.
She spends hours manually typing out proposals. She makes calculation errors because she's exhausted and rushing. She has severe cash flow anxiety because she's constantly chasing down late payments from clients.
It's so specific. We even map out her media diet, like where she hangs out online.
Right, what is she consuming?
She's active in the SA Women Businesses Facebook group. She listens to entrepreneurship podcasts on her commute, and she reads specific industry blogs.
Think about your own Lorado out there listening. Who is the person clicking your ads at 2 in the morning? What exact phrases are they typing into a search bar when they are just totally frustrated?
I do have to play devil's advocate here, though.
Okay, let's hear it.
Sitting around dreaming up a fictional backstory for Lorado, deciding what podcasts she listens to on her morning commute. I mean, isn't this just playing pretend? Shouldn't a business owner focus on tangible product strategy rather than like writing character bios?
It's a fair question, and it can absolutely feel like creative writing if you stop there.
Right.
But a proper targeting strategy uses this narrative as a hypothesis, and that hypothesis must be rigorously tested against hard data.
Ah, so it's not just making things up forever.
Definitely not. This is where tools like Google Analytics 4 or GA4 become incredibly vital. You take this psychological profile you've built and you overlay it with actual behavioral footprints.
So you're digging into the demographics and interest reports in your analytics to see who is actually visiting your site.
Exactly. Who's lingering on your pricing page? Who is actually swiping their credit card? You use real-world data to validate the story you built.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because you might write this beautiful, detailed avatar document, assuming your perfect customer is, say, a 24-year-old tech startup founder.
Sounds great on paper.
Right. But then when you look at the raw data of your highest converting users, it proves your most profitable buyers are actually established 45-year-old retail store owners.
Wow. A complete mismatch.
Yeah. The data has to ground the psychology. Once you reconcile the story with the analytics, you have a verified North Star for every marketing decision you make moving forward.
Okay, so let's say we have our verified profile of Lorado. We know her anxieties, her goals, her online habits. But an avatar is just a document, unless we know how to actually use it to physically find her in a sea of millions of internet users.
Right, it can't just live in a drawer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do we turn this profile into an actual targeting mechanism without blowing our budget?
Well, we match the message to the medium. The guiding principle here is to fish where your avatar swims.
Channel selection.
Exactly. Because we know Lorado's media diet involves professional Facebook groups and business podcasts. Pouring money into trendy, short-form TikTok videos would be a massive misalignment of your resources.
You really have to understand the user's intent on different platforms.
Absolutely.
If your avatar is a corporate procurement manager, so
Yeah.
a B2B audience, They are in a professional mindset when they're on LinkedIn.
Right. They are receptive to white papers, industry data, things like that.
But if your avatar is actively searching for an immediate solution to a burning problem, Google search ads become your most powerful tool. You are intercepting them at the exact moment of high intent.
And once you choose the right channel, you deploy what we call irresistible messaging.
Irresistible messaging.
Yes. This is where all that psychological mapping pays incredible dividends. You must use the avatar's exact vocabulary.
So no marketing jargon.
No, absolutely not. If Lorado complains to her husband about chasing invoices, your advertisement should never use sterile corporate language like optimize your account's receivable management.
Yeah, she would just scroll right past that. It needs to mirror her reality. Like a weak, broad ad headline would say something like, great accounting software for small businesses.
Boring.
Super boring. But a hyper-focused headline aimed directly at Lorado's pain point reads, tired of chasing invoices. Get back to the kitchen with time-saving software for caterers.
Boom. Look at the mechanics of that single sentence.
So good.
It identifies her profession, it names her specific daily frustration, and it offers the exact benefit she desires. To Lorado, that isn't an ad, it's a lifeline.
That is how you break through cognitive load. You create a message so specific that her brain just cannot ignore it.
Exactly. And to deliver that message, you leverage the technical capabilities of the platforms themselves.
Right, the sniper scope.
Yes. On meta platforms like Facebook and Instagram, this means using detailed targeting, so layering interests like followers of specific business influencers with job titles like caterer.
And you can also use lookalike audiences, which is just a brilliant concept.
Oh, incredibly powerful.
Basically, you feed a list of your existing high-value customers, the ones who already look and act like Lorado, into Meta's algorithm. Right?
Yeah, you just give them the data.
And you are effectively letting the platform's machine learning map thousands of hidden behavioral data points to find entirely new people who act as digital twins to your best buyers.
You turn the platform's massive data engine into your own personal homing beacon.
That is the perfect way to describe it. You are engineering serendipity.
And on Google, it means bidding on highly specific, long-tail search phrases. You don't bid on the broad keyword software.
Which costs a fortune, by the way.
A total fortune, and it has super low intent. Instead, you bid on the exact phrase Lorado types into Google at midnight. Easy invoicing software for small catering business.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. This hyper-specific targeting extends beyond just finding new people. It applies to how you communicate with the people you've already found.
Like through email segmentation.
Yes. The strategy suggests you send entirely different emails to someone who downloaded a catering budget template versus someone who simply bought a jar of gourmet spices from your e-commerce store.
Because their behaviors indicate entirely different needs and completely different buyer journeys.
It's exactly like being a skilled dinner party host.
Okay, I like this analogy.
Think about it. If you have a guest who is a massive cinephile, you wouldn't trap them in a 20-minute conversation about rugby statistics just because another guest at the table happens to like sports.
No, they'd be looking for the nearest exit.
Right. You read the room, you observe their behavior, and you tailor the conversation to their specific interests. Sending a generic email blast to your entire database is the equivalent of just yelling about rugby at everyone in the dining room.
That's spot on. If we connect this to the bigger picture, this combination of channel selection, psychological messaging, and technical targeting is really about systematically removing friction.
Removing friction.
Yes. You are aligning the customer's unarticulated need with your specific solution in the exact place that they are already looking.
Okay, so we've aimed our message, we've launched the campaign. But marketing isn't a set it and forget it endeavor.
Definitely not.
How do we actually know if our homing beacon is working? Without measurement, aren't we just guessing in the dark?
We are. And this is where we separate the professionals from the amateurs. You have to ruthlessly ignore vanity metrics.
The likes, the shares, the heart emojis.
Exactly. Vanity metrics stroke the ego. They tell you if your content was entertaining. But business metrics tell you if your content was persuasive enough to actually generate revenue.
And for an SME, keeping a clinical eye on business metrics is what turns an advertising expense into a quantifiable growth lever.
That's the goal.
There are 4 key metrics we really need to understand here. The first is cost per lead, or CPL.
Right.
In simple terms, how much marketing budget did you have to burn to get one single person to request a, quote, sign up for a trial, or give you their email address.
And a low CPL tells you your audience targeting on the platform is highly efficient. The algorithm is serving your ad to the right people.
Makes sense.
Then the second crucial metric is click-through rate, or CTR. Out of 100 people who had your ad pop up on their screen, what percentage actually felt compelled to stop scrolling and click it?
So the CTR is really the ultimate test of your messaging.
Exactly.
If your CTR is high, it means that tired of chasing invoices. Headlines successfully bypassed their cognitive filters. It resonated with them.
Then we track the conversion rate. Of the people who clicked the ad and actually landed on your website, how many took out their wallet and purchased the software?
This metric proves whether your entire funnel is structurally sound, from the initial promise in the ad to the actual user experience on your website.
And that all culminates in the ultimate verdict, which is return on ad spend, or ROAS.
ROAS. For every single dollar you put into the advertising machine, how much revenue did it spit back out?
But understanding the definitions of these metrics isn't enough, right? Their true power lies in using them as a diagnostic framework.
How do you mean?
The data provides a feedback loop to figure out exactly where the psychological disconnect is happening.
Okay, let's make this tangible for the listener. Let's say you launch the Lorado campaign. You sit down with your coffee on Friday morning, open your analytics dashboard, and you see you have a fantastic click-through rate. People are clicking the ad like crazy.
Okay, good start.
But your conversion rate is practically zero. Lots of traffic, absolutely no buyers. What is the data actually telling us?
Well, the diagnosis here is a broken promise.
A broken promise.
Yeah, your ad messaging is working perfectly, it's capturing attention, it's generating desire, but the moment they arrive on your landing page, reality doesn't match their expectation.
Oh, I see.
The site might be confusing, the pricing might be hidden, or the checkout process is just broken. The data is explicitly telling you, do not rewrite the ad, go fix the website.
Okay, scenario 2. You open the dashboard and your cost per lead is astronomically high. You are paying an absolute fortune just to get one person to sign up for a free trial.
That symptom indicates an issue with your platform targeting. Your net is cast way too wide, so the algorithm is burning through your budget, showing the ad to thousands of disinterested people just to find one Lorado.
So you're back to spraying and praying.
Exactly. You need to go back to the ad platform and tighten your demographic parameters or refine your lookalike audience.
Got it. Scenario 3. You launch the campaign and your click-through rate is abysmal. Nobody is clicking, they're scrolling right past it like it doesn't even exist.
That is a fundamental failure of resonance. Your message failed to create that cognitive friction we talked about.
It was just white noise.
Yes. When this happens, it means you misunderstood Lorado's core pain point. You need to swallow your pride, go back to the avatar interview, and honestly, rewrite the psychological profile from scratch.
But what if you look at the dashboard and absolutely everything is in the red? High CPL, low CTR, zero conversions. Do you just shut down the business, or did you just build the wrong targeting mechanism?
This raises an important question about the reality of modern business growth. Marketing is an iterative science. It's not a pass or fail exam.
That's a relief.
If all your metrics are terrible, it just means your initial hypothesis about the market was incorrect. You launch, you measure the behavioral data, you learn from the failure, and you refine the approach.
So you tweak and go again?
Yes. By cycling through that feedback loop with real discipline, you turn raw, unemotional data into an insurmountable competitive advantage.
Which really levels the playing field for an SME. I mean, a massive corporation might have the financial war chest to outspend you, to keep blasting that hose pipe into the windstorm.
Sure they do.
But they cannot outfocus you if you are disciplined about matching your specific message to the data. Efficiency will always win out over brute force in the long run.
I couldn't agree more. Focus is free.
So what does this all mean? We've covered some serious ground today exploring this framework from the specialist. We started by unpacking how the default spray and pray broadcast method actively sabotages your budget by triggering cognitive overload and message dilution.
Yeah, burning money.
And we explored the antidote. Meticulously forging a customer avatar, taking a deep dive into the psychology and behavioral data of your ideal buyer.
Finding your Lorado.
Exactly. We walk through how to turn that profile into a targeted homing beacon by matching the right channels with irresistible, highly specific messaging. And finally, we broke down the mechanics of measuring the data.
Using metrics like CPL and conversion rate, not just as a scorecard, but as a real-time diagnostic tool to continuously refine your approach.
It is a rigorous, demanding framework, but an incredibly effective one.
And honestly, the most valuable thing you can do with this information is apply it immediately. I encourage you listening right now to block out just 1 hour this week.
Just 1 hour.
Sit down and draft a one-page customer avatar document for your best product or service. Then look at your current website or your latest social media posts strictly through their eyes.
That's a great test.
Are you using their exact words? Are you solving their specific midnight anxiety? If not, you have a very clear starting point for your next campaign.
That is an incredibly powerful exercise. And as you map out that avatar, I will leave you with a final thought to ponder. Let's say you master this.
Okay.
You build the perfect targeting mechanism, you craft a message so specific it's irresistible to your one perfect customer avatar, and your revenue skyrockets.
The dream scenario.
Right. But what happens when your business inevitably scales? To reach new heights, do you eventually have to broaden your message back out to the general crowd, picking up the hosepipe again, and risking that dangerous message dilution?
Oh, that's tricky.
Or does true scale mean maintaining your hyperfocus and simply building entirely new, separate homing beacons for every single new avatar you want to capture? It's something to think about as you figure out exactly whose pool you're trying to fill. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.